Good morning, this is Alex, your favorite teacher in the whole world. Today we're going to talk about ratios and pi. Okay, so it's not the pie that you eat, it's actually a number that we use in math. Pi is a number and it's also written as a symbol, and the symbol is going to be this one right there. That's the symbol for pi, and that has a measure that is an infinite number. This is also an irrational number because the decimal points, they never end. So we're gonna round it as 3.14. It keeps going and going and going. I used to look at it as 3.1416, and it's 3.14159, blah 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 blah. I don't know all the numbers, I'm not gonna lie to you. So for 7th grade, we're gonna round it as 3.14. Also in your formula charts, you're gonna have it as 22/7, which is the fraction that never ends. Depending on what you're gonna be working on is the one that you're gonna be using. They might ask you, use 22/7 for pi, or use 3.14 for pi. Whatever they tell you to use, that's what you're gonna use. I usually like to use this one because I don't like fractions. Well, I know how to work them, but nobody likes fractions. A lot of you don't. Okay, so pi. A few things before we go into the actual lesson. Ratios and pi. Pi is specific for circles. For circles. And since we're gonna be talking about ratios, what do you think we're gonna be doing with the circles? Just like before, when we talk about ratios, we have one or two things. Two things, right? So what do you think we're going to be doing to the circles? If I have a small circle and a larger circle, I can kind of find out what's going on given the measures, okay? So now, we have a little more a little more details in the circles. And make that a little... Maybe. So we have, usually when we have a circle, we either have area, which we're not going to talk about yet. We have circumference, which is, a lot of you know it as the perimeter, but the circumference is the outside of the circle. That's how the length of one rotation, okay? And we also have an inner dimension called the diameter. The length from side to side of a circle is called a diameter. We also have another measure on a circle that is called the radius, and it's going to be a point from the center of the circle to the end. So basically, the diameter is all the way from end to end, and the radius is going to be half of the diameter. Those are the two inner measurements that you're going to have, and the outside, you're going to have C, which is circumference. And to find the circumference, we have a formula. To find the circumference, we have a formula, which is C for circumference equals pi d, or you can use C equals 2 pi r. What is the difference between those two? On one of them, you are using the diameter, the whole thing. And on the other one, you use the radius, which is the red line right there. There's no difference. What did I tell you about the radius and the diameter? The radius is half the diameters, or the diameter is double the radius, right? What does double means? What number is double? 2. Look at this right here. 2 times the radius makes a diameter equals 2 times the radius. That's why we have the 2R in there. And the other one, to work it backwards, radius equals diameter. What do you think we're gonna do now? If in this one we multiply, what are we gonna divide by? Radius is diameter divided by 2. Again, diameter from end to end, and radius is half of it. The formula for circumference is pi d or 2 pi r, whatever is given to you. If I give you, for instance, if I have a circle and I say the diameter is 10, what's my radius? What's my radius?
5.
You can see that, right? And if I tell you that I have a circle and my radius is 4, what's my diameter? If my radius is 4, what's my diameter? 8. Simple? Easy? So far so good? Okay, so that's a little background on circles. Thank you for watching.
Bye guys.